Hello, everyone, and welcome to our podcast on trust, truth, and transformation, building responsible AI for the next decade. And today we have with us Mr. Pradeep Kumar Mishra, the Senior Director at Dell Technologies, who has built data mesh and lakehouse architectures, scaled AI ready ecosystems, and driven enterprise transformation across continents. So it's a pleasure to have you with us today.
Yukta, thank you very much for this introductions. This transition of 25 years, it has the whole transformation journey of this technology landscape.
Right.
And I'm enjoying my journey with the data now. We'll see how long this goes on, but enjoying this. Happy to, thank you very much for having me.
Great. That's your insights is what we're here for actually. And before we get into the serious questions, I thought let's have a quick, fun, rapid fire round. Would you be okay with that?
Let's have it.
Great. So let's start with what's the first word people use to describe you at work?
Visionary.
Great. If not tech, what career would you choose today?
Historian.
Oh, that's very
I
interesting.
love it because I would like to connect past with the present. There's so much of things you need to learn, and I discovered that part pretty late.
Oh,
Else, I would have been doing something else.
that's very interesting.
Maybe
Actually.
sitting in Egypt, or maybe at Brihadeshwar temple in Tanjore, or maybe at Badami Chalukya. I don't know.
Today's word Indiana Jones.
Or maybe.
All right. So, one leadership habit you swear by even on your worst day?
Persist. I think you should not give up. Persistence is my call of the day, every month, every year. And that's how I live it.
That's great. Okay. One tech gadget you absolutely cannot live without?
It's my phone. It's my command center.
I think you, me, and a lot of other people.
It became an integral part.
Oh, definitely. It's like a body part at this point of time.
Yes. You hate it, but that's the truth.
Yeah, it is what it is. Okay. Do you think AI will kill more jobs or create more?
No. It will transform. It will really transform the job landscape. I think I'm more hopeful. I think it will create more jobs in a different skill sets, in different competencies.
Yeah, definitely. I do agree with that. Okay. What's more dangerous, bad data or bad leaders?
Bad leaders at any day, because the beauty of bad leaders is they can take good data and take worse decisions.
Yeah, that is very true. Okay. If you had to completely ban one buzzword from corporate tech, what would it be?
Jazz a lot. But I think that word synergy keeps me off many times because I work with so many different people. It's, I think, oversold and under-executed, the word synergy.
That is very true. We use that very often even in our day-to-day life.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Early morning person or a late night?
Oh, early morning any day.
Oh.
Clarity starts from the sun sign. So.
Oh, that's great. Okay. Legacy systems, upgrade slowly or break everything and rebuild?
I think none. And if you giving me a chance, and I was telling in my 25 years, I will pick upgrade fast with precision.
Right.
So it's somewhere in between.
Yes.
Because I had worked with large enterprise systems, I will always take this challenge that I can change engines when your flights are in the running mode. And that's going to be the best. And I had done it.
Right.
And I would like to do it many times.
That's great. Okay, so that ends our rapid fire round, and that was very, very interesting. And it was a lot of fun. The historian was really unexpected.
We'll have a discussion.
Yes. But so your entire journey is very inspirational. You started off as a software developer, I believe, in Bhubaneswar, and right now you're a director in Dell Technologies. So your entire journey is something that software developers like myself, we aspire to be that. And so essentially my question here is, in your entire journey, were there any turning points that sort of shaped your leadership style?
Yeah, that's a loaded question, Yukta. Let me be nostalgic over here. Born and brought up from Bhubaneswar, started my journey in Bhubaneswar, and thank you very much to the Javier's group. I started my job in Javier Institute of Management, Bhubaneswar.
Oh.
That's where I started I wrote my first line of code in ASP form 6i report 6i. The product we delivered is called Academic Information System AIS. I hope in XLRI also they were using in the same time. I don't know now or not, but that was in different. But very simple. Uh, Write simple code, learn fast. That was my mindset at that point of time. I was not worried about that. That's the very humble beginning when I started. Nothing else in my mind. Back 25 years back. But let me come back to my journey as such. Then I joined Dell global platform, got a responsibility without authority. Lead something without authority. That's where you nurture your influencing skills. That was my first turning point. You have been assigned something, to do something without authority.
Right.
But you delivered that. I think that was the first part. That taught me my core leadership principles, how to empower others with authority.
Right.
That's where the first turning point, I would say. The second turning point is when I've been asked to really lead global teams.
Right.
And what happens is in these organizations, you have multiple places the teams are there, and how do you lead them? Being a leader, but you lead them. So there are cultural challenges. There are various labor laws. There are various other stuffs. But I think with all these things, when you drive or lead some of these teams with the clarity, tell them that why you are doing this, you see the best outcome comes. I'm telling more impact perspective, and that's the second turning point when I started leading my global points. The third turning point I would like to highlight over here is when you fail.
True.
And I think that was the best part, when you have been assigned something and it failed. Fine. And I think the biggest part is, as I'm telling, is the leadership principles I learned, they persist.
Right.
You don't leave. You got shot, but you don't leave the ground. You come up with multiple arsenals with you. You pick up this. This one is not working. Can I take the other one? And I think when we converted that failure to a big win, and that delivered close to $30 million annualized margin for us, that was the biggest learning point. But in short, I think from a leadership principle and the learnings which I got from the various turning points are bring clarity, um, lead with empathy, and empower your team members, because end of the day they need to really fearlessly drive innovation and deliver for you.
Right, that's very, very true. And I completely agree with you because once you know the why, it's very easy for you to do that job because you know exactly what you're doing it for. So I completely agree with you. And you mentioned that you worked across a lot of places, across continents for that matter. And if I'm not wrong, I did read on your LinkedIn that you brought about 10 billion in sales, 100 billion in sales as well. So when you're doing projects of such huge scale, such huge importance for that matter, what's your personal approach to drive this transformation without overwhelming your teams? Because you have to keep them empowered, but you have to make sure that they don't get overwhelmed.
Yeah, I like to bring a little bit of clarity where we have organizations which delivers $100 billion sales. Our job is to run that sales business because our job is primarily to come up with the application software, deliver them, and run those $100 billion sales seamlessly. Because that's how we come and we take that pride. Again, I will go back when you are doing such program. Stay focused. What needs to be delivered? Tell that why. Bring that clarity at some point of time. Guys, let's focus because let's chunk it out. What's most relevant at this point of time? Like you guys are telling, oh, the AI is changing so much. How should I prepare myself? Right? I should not be go and digressed from doing this, doing that. So he is doing this, she is doing that. So let me do that. But I think as a leader here, the primary job is what's the primary importance, how to stay focused, drive the outcome, bring the clarity. I think that's where, you might be hearing the word clarity often because that's the success mantra. If you know what you're going to do, I think you won the battle half of that.
Yeah, actually, I completely agree. And we often say that once you understand the problem, 90% of your solution is right there. So understanding what you're doing, why you're doing it, understanding the entire problem, the root cause, is way more important than coming to the solution. Coming to the solution becomes much more simpler once that happens, right? And now that you brought up AI, so we've discussed AI just now in the panel as well, and even in the theme, we have trust. So, what does a trustworthy AI mean to you?
Again, we are talking about bias, right?
Right, bias, but
Again, a very simple term, trust, comes from how do I really create or provide transparency. Just like if you will tell Pradeep, you reach at XLRI, you do not share how do you want to come. Okay, I land at Toronto, I need to take a cab, the cab guy's number is this. So there is a lot of information and transparency over there. Um, the trust comes from the transparency, providing an explainability why or how this model provides you the outcome or output. Because end of the day, remember one thing, this data, which is the primary input for AI, and then the human who actually drives this. Data actually drives decisions, humans drives outcome.
right.
So if you really balance these two things to the core, trust actually evolves. And it takes time and cost for you
Definitely.
to really achieve that trust, to be honest. A lot of strategy, operations you need to bring in over there.
I completely agree with you on this, and I think we discussed as well that can't expect AI to be right 100% of the time. It's going to take some time to get there. You need to give it that time and cost, as you just explained to us. And another thing that I want to bring up here is that, like you mentioned, you work across globes and countries, and essentially the regulatory authorities are different in every country. You've trained your AI in a particular manner. So, how do you make sure that your AI is truthful, consistent, but still is in line with the regulations in the multiple countries when you're doing such projects which scale across so many places?
Remember one thing, the design principles are same.
Mm-hmm.
The implementations are different.
Right.
And what we all need to do, we need to respect. We really need to respect the local laws, local cultures. So when you are designing some of these AI systems, you really need to bring those functional requirements of those locals and design from the grow up.
Right.
When you are starting from there and you are designing those pieces, it's actually takes a lot of aspects over there. So number one, keep in mind that we are here to provide, give respect the local laws, and if you can serve something on the local, it will be accepted very much there, right? I go to different regions, they serve their food, and I like it. And it is exactly you need to serve your AI like that. But the core principles, like food hygiene, needs to stay same everywhere what you do, but you are adding a local flavor over there. So knowing those things, bringing them upfront during your requirement and design phase, and serving it at purpose, like the privacy and security is such important things in our journey. Understanding the several laws, implementing the privacy security ground up, is the way to go forward. So there.
Right, I completely agree with that as well. So basically, to summarize that, your basic rules or regulations are more often than not common because I think they're mostly based on ethics or just data privacy or things like that. So they're going to stay common. It's just that once you move from place to place, there is like a dash of local culture that gets attached. But that's about it. Your basis always remains the same.
Yeah.
Right. And from here, I'd like to move on to a sort of leadership question. How do you think leadership will look like in an AI dominated world? Now, AI is doing so much for us. How do you think leaders are going to change when it comes to this majorly AI dominated world?
I think the core principles of leaderships is going to stay same.
Mm-hmm.
What a core principle of leaderships? Your empathy.
Mm.
You are going to be stay critical in your thought process, your critical thinking, and then you are going to be more strategic. You are showing the directions over there. You need to provide your opinions at some point of times, how to drive, give directions. I think the core principles of leaderships is going to stay, but there is a bit of tweak. As a leader, we also need to understand and adapt. And I shouldn't be in a denial mode that there is something is coming and it is really hitting me. But the first thing what I as a leader is doing, I'm learning it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to understand what it is doing to me and to my team and taking it up from there. So the learning part which I started my journey is so important in various aspects in your life, and you are taking it and adapting that pace. I would say keep learning and be observant. How do I apply this learning? Be courageous over here to apply or try something.
Mm-hmm.
If you fail, it is fine, nothing wrong. But I think the new leadership journey is learn, try, be courageous, and be strategic.
That's great, and I think even if something new comes forth, I think you should always take it up first so that you can stay ahead of it first of all. And I completely agree with the fact that failure always teaches you more. So even if you fail, it's okay. And over here, I'd like to change gears a little. Like the historian comment took me by surprise. There was another thing that when I was searching about you on LinkedIn, I came across that you're deeply involved in children's cancer awareness and educational programs, community initiatives, and things like that. I want to know, how do you think AI is going to help us when it comes to benefiting the society?
Yes, and it's very fortunate to work for an organization whose vision statement is technology for human progress.
Right.
And I completely inspired with that vision perspective. And then there's a bit of story goes. Uh, I had one sister whom we lost when she was doing her PhD work in London at some point of time, and she was doing PhD work in psychology at some point of time at that time, and we lost. She was a bright child at that time. Then when I and she was having multiple conversations in our younger days, she will come back and tell the struggles she was going through, um, to put her up self, bringing up some um, context to the wider world and doing that. So my whole understanding from is there are people, the girl childs, particularly in rural areas, they need help and support. What I can do at my capacity and what are the different platforms available. And I was very inspired to provide that platform, be part of it. Nothing to take any credit out of it, but I enjoy doing that piece. Supporting people with critical illness is one of the things our organizations does a lot of support. I just lent my hand. At the end of the day, are we not supposed to do some of those things?
Definitely supposed to.
Yeah.
Yes, that's absolutely right. And coming to one question that I asked in my panel as well, which is We talk about getting ready for AI, how we need to train ourselves to become a part of the AI community world. But I think one question which I think is very important is how can we use AI today to upskill ourselves? There are so many courses to get better at AI, but that's on the leadership side, how you can use it for yourself. But right now, as an MBA student, I want to know how can I use AI to upskill myself?
Again, look, there is no simple answer to it. And if somebody has that, it's $1 million answer to it. But I think it is, you go to a shoe shop, you see so many different styles of shoe, design of shoe, you try it on yourselves and bring it on. After doing this, you try it. Even 3 days you didn't like, you go and return to it. You go through that experience. There are various tools, very specific function tools. Some tools does best of research work, some tools best of content writing work, some tools does best in both. Some of them are very all-rounder kind of things. But I would say you have to go and find it out what connects with you, where you are finding. And nothing wrong. You are using 2 or 3 different shoes for your different needs, right? I would say, first of all, if your purpose to upskill yourself, zero in the area where you want to upskill. I want to upskill in the domain. I want to upskill on the data. I want to upskill what are the problems has not been solved in the data, and try with the models, with the AI, because earlier those things are not there. I will prompt and help me those things, right? And let AI to be your guiding star, and then leverage the next step is co-create. Let the AI start the first things and you take it up, add your thoughts over there. But I think there is no straight answer, but pick up what you can connect with it.
Yes, I completely agree that I think first and foremost you need to know what I want or what anybody wants. And once you've zeroed in on that, that's when you can go ahead and you can be like, okay, this is what I want to do and use AI for that. Completely agree with that and the entire conversation right now. Thank you so much, sir. It's been such an insightful conversation, even though some answers took me by surprise. But this has been a great conversation. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Yukta. All the best. I'm enjoying myself over here.
That's
and
great.
We'll keep connecting.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.